Right. Let us resume. It's not Optimistic Comet, no. We need to find the stream game. Dapper Duplicant Dystopia. That would be here. Newest save. Yes, indeed, please. Pomp, 30th of May, 6 days ago. 9 duplicants are alive. Wow. 0 deaths. Shifty eyes. Thank you very much, Embers. Diolch yn fawr. Okay, now, for everyone who may only at this point be tuning in from YouTube land, thank you very much for checking out my second channel and watching the VODs there. It is a massive help. I have crested the very first of the milestones now that I needed to crest in order to unlock the basic, well, what I consider basic at this point, functionality of YouTube. So an enormous thank you, before we get down to this, to everyone who made that possible in such short order. I massively appreciate your help. Now, for this stream, though, just to let you know, maybe she'll have made me a coffee. Yeah, we're on the Irish coffee. So, with that in mind, there are a few things you need to be aware of. One, we're going to be playing a little bit more, I mean, I want to say efficiently, but some people might say, well, how might they put it? They might spell efficient as... Oh, dear Lord. That's a huge sentence for me to try and spell as a dyslexic person. Okay, basically they would say I lack ethics. It's not efficiency, it's a lack of ethics. It's just because they don't understand how efficiency works. Efficiency is always a lack of ethics. Dark Aavak may, in fact, install some automation, which some of you might find cruel and imaginative ways of eliminating your livestock. I just find it involves far less duplicant work, and thus the duplicants are freed up to do other things that minions should be doing at all times. Other than that, we may play around with a couple of automation things. I've tried to steer clear of it because I can get sucked into it, as I can with any pseudocode. But I may dial back on the restrictions. But right now I'm just refreshing my memory of what we have access to. Got natural gas vent over there. We've got a steam vent down there. I don't think we need to worry about water for an enormous amount of time, just because of the amount of water that we've got locked up in the glaciers. We're currently just dumping a redonkulous amount of heat down here into this area around the thermo aqua tuner there. We are going to see that the base gets nice and cool very quickly. I'm not going to drown innocent animals. They're not innocent. They're clearly plotting my demise. It's just I'm better at plotting theirs. No, that's not true. They're just delicious, and that's the only reason I need. Their deaths will fuel our life, and that's good enough. Now, we're okay for food right now, but that is going to start going a bit awry now that we've got 9 duplicants to feed. We have got a little area over here that I'm trying to cool down as quickly as I can, to get it to a point that we can have this place temperature controlled to a minor layer, just so that our oxyfern and mealwood will start to grow. So we need it below 30, below 40. So let's say 20. Now we can. That's the first thing I need to work on, because I really do want to get it to the point that I can start getting smooth Dracos, rather glossy Dracos, and then we're going to pop them into another enclosure where we will harvest their delicious scales. And by delicious, I don't actually mean to eat them. They're made of plastic. It probably wouldn't be easily digested. Am I going to look into the bit of ruins? Yes, we will definitely be looking into the ruins, absolutely. Logan, hello, welcome. Yes, you just walked into Dark Aavak, I'm afraid. Yes, I mean, I've seen people dress it up as all different sorts of things. An evolution chamber, it evolves animals into their higher state of meat. No, it's a slaughter chamber. And what's more, it's rather cruel slaughter chamber because it drowns them to death. That is possibly one of the worst ways to go. But I'm drawing the line at drowning eggs. Okay, we're not going to be drowning the younglings. Not unless Lady Shab brings so much more coffee. Even Dark Aavak needs an especially large concentration of the devil's drink in him to be willing to consider drowning younglings. Okay? No. Let's see. But we will probably be setting up an automated way to get rid of excess hatches. Probably not excess trackers. We're probably going to be putting them into a chamber just with hydrogen and a shearer and just wait for nature to take its course while shearing off however much produce we can while they're there. I may even set up an automated chamber for preparing Paku. That one's a little bit of an interesting one. You can use automation to radically reduce the amount of algae you have to use for it. But okay, I think we're at a point now where we can start planning the next little bit. I'm going to put the time forward. People can do things for now. But I'm going to want to bring the liquids over here, but only if they're below a certain level. So, now right now this is going through here. I'm going to add in, let's see, I'm going to want a liquid shutoff. Something around here, like so. Bring that down. I'm going to want a liquid pipe thermosensor there. And I'm going to want this hooked up. We've got a little bit of copper, that's all we need. Now, all I want from this is that if this liquid is below 25 degrees, I want it to run through here. I want it to... Oh, wait. Our Pip very kindly made a point to plant all of that for us. So we're just going to go around it so that we don't disturb it. But I want the cooling to run through the walls, because over time that cooling will start cooling down the granite. And if it's not made of granite yet, I will make a point to make it into granite. Then I'm going to want to come up here. Let's leave 2 gap between where we're bringing across. I may have to bridge it there. Let's see. Can this exist on the output point of a bridge? It can. Perfect. All right, then. Then I want that there as well, and this to be drawn across. Now, the way that this will work is this will only allow liquid through if it's below a certain amount. Only a tiny amount of liquid will hold up here, but in the event that it is not the right amount, then I want it to go up. I want it to feed back into this loop. If it's not cold enough, it should go back into the loop, because otherwise it would just sit there and get hotter over time, not colder, which would be rather bad. Rather bad indeed. In fact, maybe I'm going to want to bring this bridge back a bit. Or perhaps have a bridge in here, just to enforce that the liquid going through this loop can only ever travel in this direction. That should work for my uses. No. See, this is the problem. Is while I'm looking at it. See, if I wasn't drinking coffee, I probably wouldn't have seen that problem until it happened. Now, this is an output port, but this is an input port. It can get very confusing, and I prefer to be very explicit with the directions that I'm having my fluids flow. It just saves you so much potch later on. So much potch. If we do something like that, something like this, there we go. At this point, liquids are only going to go in the direction we want. Yes, I'm using more bridges than is strictly necessary, but I'm effectively sanitizing my inputs, and you know how much I like to sanitize my inputs. For any of you who watched my Autonauts Let's Play on YouTube, yes. All right. I was about to tell Aavak about a directional bridge. Perfect. See, you don't need to worry too much. I will get certain things wrong. I'm not a particularly accomplished player of this game, so you know, there will be points where you have to help out. But generally speaking, I will probably catch most things. Now, the beauty down here is that this whole area is now getting colder and colder and colder, thanks to this whoppingly cold CO2 that we're pumping out, and the fairly cold lake there. So this liquid is doing a good job of just moving around and not getting too messed up by heat. In fact, it's remaining quite cool throughout most of its travels. This place is starting to look especially nice. Especially nice. Now, what do I want to do in here? Well, I want to replace all of this with granite if I can. It's going to be a pain in the bum. I want that done as a higher priority job, please and thanks. I don't need to put it anywhere but in these tiles, because these are the ones that will absorb the heat better. I mean, I could have these ones be granite just for the sake of it, but if this is all sandstone or igneous rock or something, I don't care, really. That can insulate. I mean, that's ultimately the goal of the of the cladding, really. But for now, we're just going to have a watch as people do their things. Trasher, thank you very much for the Prime sub there. 3rd month, 2nd best month, mate. Cheers. Plumber Aavak uses extra pipes so he can juice the bill. Plumber Aavak doesn't have a bill. No. Plumber Aavak does jobs for favor. Money is meaningless. It's a made-up thing. No. Someone will owe me a favor for any job I do for them. Undisclosed. They'll be in the denominations of small, medium, and big favors. Perish the thought if you owe me a big favor. I mean, oh, Dark Aavak a big favor, because I'm just here commentating over all of Dark Aavak's antics. Me in control? No, I am completely without blame in anything. Right, do want to get up some suits soon-ish, hopefully. We'll see. We'll have that going up over here. I could possibly set it up now, whether that's really necessary. I mean, we've got so much oxygen there. We do have so much oxygen there. I wonder. You know what? Okay, let's... How many do we want? Do we even have room for a suit? No, I don't. All right. Have we even researched suits yet? We have. Marvelous. Well, I'm going to need to be moving this out of the... the research setup out of the main base soon anyway, so maybe I will go for that relatively soon. We'll see. But before I do want to get some advanced automation. Now, this is the point. At this stage, you need duplicant checkpoints to make truly automated airlocks, like proper airlocks, not the sort of airlocks like a liquid lock or anything like that, but I mean a cycling airlock. You walk in you go up to the door, it equalizes the pressure, or just waits for you to go inside. I mean, we wouldn't have a full cycling airlock because there's no chance that the massive pressure blowback of happening. But for example, we could have someone walk up to a door, they wait to make sure that the inside of the room has been completely evacuated of gas. The door opens, they walk in, some gas rushes in, it closes. Before they can leave the area, it has to have pumped all the gas back out, so it's back into a vacuum, and then they can go outside. And once they do, the gas that's in there gets pumped back out again, so on and so forth. It doesn't make a smooth pressure transition, but it prevents gases from the outside from ever getting to the inside. It's largely unnecessary, I'm going to be honest, but it's a cool little automation project to set up. I actually quite like them. Take care, Dracacan. Have a good one, mate. Can't afford to be on a need-based sleep system yet. I'll take care, mate. And Valentis, thank you very much for the 7 months, mate. And Slate Grey, thank you very much for the 16 months. And Lord Hedge, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Diolch yn fawr pawb. Now, let me have a quick look, see if I've missed out anything else. Tom, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime as well, buddy. Sorry that I missed that a little bit earlier. And Chicken Sniper, thank you very much for the sub. That's hugely, hugely appreciated. I don't know if I mentioned Embers, but I'm fairly certain I didn't call out a 2nd month best month. So thank you very much, Embers, as well. Diolch yn fawr. There we are. Okay, now that we've given everyone jobs, let's ramp up the speed a little bit. Now, what priority is everything on? Mostly they're 5s. Though we're replacing this relatively fast. I don't really want a smooth hatch, I'm going to be honest. Don't want smooth hatches. You can go ahead and you can crack those. Thing with smooth hatches, even if you were running with a slaughter direct slaughter system. Smooth hatches and stone hatches are bad things to have your duplicants fight to kill, because they can do quite a decent chunk of damage. They're hard to kill. They're very tanky. As you might imagine, something like a hatch that eats metal and poops out refined metal, or something that eats rocks and poops out coal. So, generally speaking, you want to get rid of them early. So ideally, an automated system for killing them, or cracking them. One or t'other will get the job done. Now in here, oh wow, we were very briefly growing a little bit in there, but honestly, this whole system should probably be just stripped down to its bare bones, gotten rid of. Yeah, let's break this system at this point. Deconstruct, please and thank you. I will allow this to sit there for now. We don't really need to be powered though. Where's the power going? Yeah, let's deconstruct all of that power in there. Thank you. Let's get all of that sorted. Okay. Now then, we are off-gassing probably slime, I should imagine. Polluted dirt and rot pile, and... Oh, okay, so... Oh, slime is being stored over there. Fair enough. I don't mind this off-gassing, because we're going to be converting that straight away. Or as often as we can, at the very least. How is our water looking? I mean, right now, unfortunately, we're pumping out a lot of water that's just getting dumped back in. So we're basically burning that energy for no good reason, which is a little bit silly. That being said, we are actually putting a little bit of it into this water at all times, but this is completely surplus to demand, so we're going to shut it off. Pomp. And so at this point, we're just going to allow the system to fill up from the use of the lavatories, effectively. We are supplying a little bit at a constant rate into the CO2 scrubber down here. And as a result, CO2 is getting quite thin outside, which is nice to see. We're already seeing a decent amount of oxygen in quite a lot of the places, especially because we dump any extra oxygen out there. But where are we going to place... Where do we want to place our suit forge? I think that would be under stations. Textile loom and exosuit forge. I'm going to stick it over here simply because... Oh, well, actually, no, because it would be attached to that power spine, which is not actually where we want it. How much does this pull? 480 watts. How much spare room have we got on this? Not quite that much. I could have it down here. How much room have we got on this? We've got loads of room on this one, actually. Where is that running to? Yeah, it's just running a couple of lights, and soon that's all it's going to be running. So, sure, we'll have that run back a little bit. And we'll have the exosuit forge down here. It's not in a great place, and eventually we're going to make a proper area for that. But let's get the exosuit forge up and indeed running. Ooh, actually... We can still build a metal refinery. And there is still a very great deal of reason to do that. Now this thing pulls a whopping 1.2 kilowatts. So it is better to have this set up in a place which is going to be able to draw in the... draw off the main power spine. Or at least have a dedicated crafting area that'll do it. Now, we're going to want an output pipe, but I don't actually know... I can't remember where the output pipe will be for this, so let's have a look at that. Output pipe here, that's good. Input pipe, output pipe. Only problem there is that this will be blocked most of the time. So... to avoid that fate, let's do that, and then snip this. You now want to make sure that this gets built way, way, way sooner. What did we make these out of? Sedimentary rock, did we? Oh, okay. Why did we do that out of sedimentary rock, I wonder? Not that it particularly matters, but still. Alright, let's have a look. I want this to pop in there when it can. Right, let's get all of that done, please. There we go. And then we'll run the power spine down. At this point, I want to use proper big boy refining. There we go. And now I would very much like this stripped down to about here. I believe that's right. Yes. Cancel any deconstruct on this tile if I have done it. No, I haven't. Good, good, good. All right, so that'll get done fairly soon. Now, of course, anyone working down here, oh, that's going to be a bad job. That's going to be such a bad job. So hold your breath, peeps. You know what? I think my tablet hasn't updated in a little while. That's a bit frustrating. Oh no, there we go. Got a redeemed message. I've been using a language program to learn Welsh because I find it fascinating, but the only thing I have learned is ni allaf siarad Cymraeg. I mean, that's a good start, I suppose. Don't worry, you're doing fine, mate. You're doing fine. Alright, so we're going to have this directly in our cooling loop. Now, you may be asking yourself, Aavak, is that strictly wise? You're gonna have something that's gonna use a ridiculous amount of liquid, and it's gonna superheat it. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. See, what I could do is add in another check somewhere down here that will dump this water across into this, for example, if it's too hot. Which may be worth doing, but for the time being, I think we're alright. For the time being, I think we're alright. Make sure that that is going to get done. Errands, yeah, summons on their way, or should be on their way soon. Advanced automation, fantastic. New printables are available, double fantastic. We've got some pip eggs, we've got some pufflets. See, I don't mind someone with an increased bladder, because that just means they make more water for us. But dear Lord, you're good. Twinkle Toes, increased athletics. Interior decorator, better at art. Night Owl, gains attribute bonuses at night, and all you can't do is doctoring? Well, well, well. When I think of Welsh, a certain city always comes to mind. Indeed, I think you're probably amongst many people when that is the case. I hope Aavak and chat are staying safe and sane in these dark times. I am staying safe. For what that's worth, Kaiser. It's always wise to learn how to say, I don't speak this language, as the first thing. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Also, learning simple things. Directions, left, right. Yes, no. Very simple things. Numbers. Being able to count to 10 will actually, if you encountered someone of the right persuasion, you might be able to communicate quite significantly from just being able to count to 10. But yeah, that's probably outside the realm of truly being useful, because you'd need some very specific situations there. But yeah, simple things like that. Yes, no, that's a pretty good one as well. But I think we're going to go for the pip eggs, and sadly for the pips, because I don't think there are very many around. I don't know. Let me have a look around. Are there any pips? Pips. If there are any live pips around, then we will probably... Oh, wow. Someone was in a good mood. We will probably see the pip eggs that we just got sacrificed to the egg cracker. Doesn't look like there are, so yeah, we'll leave the pip eggs where they are then, for now. We're going to need those pips. Right, how's everything going in here? Going alright so far, actually. Well done. Right, hopefully we can start getting them to work on the piping up here in a little bit, but I'm going to have to wait for them to get all of this done first, and then I'll be tunneling down through the cladding, the insulated cladding, and then building it from above. Starting to see some of the plants are okay in here. This is marvelous news. Yeah, it's just cresting below the point where the oxyferns can kick in. That is absolutely marvelous. Truly, truly marvelous. Very happy to see that, actually. Okay, how's our water situation doing? It's doing okay. It's doing okay. We've got a decent amount of like, we're probably having chunky bursts because people will use the lavatories more or less at the same time when their shifts tick over. And so you'll see a sudden, you know, gush of polluted water coming down here. Whether that's going to be enough to quite offset what we're using here, I'm not entirely certain about that. We'll see as these chunky bits arrive now. Some of it is going back down and being dropped into this little overflow reservoir, and that's fine, honestly. I'm completely okay with that. As for this, though... Oh, they are definitely building the pipes because of all the pipe lag as it's recalculating stuff. Okay, that's pretty awesome to see. Excellent. Now, the issue here is we do need to strip this away, and that is going to cause a leak. Much sadness. Super sadness, but it has to be done. Let's get that done. Whomp. Right, with that done, we've now got polluted water all over the place. So how about we mop that up as a rather high priority job. In fact, mop up everything as a rather high priority job. Just in case there's any other liquids anywhere else. There we go. Well done. There we are. Generally speaking, it's better to mop from the top down because you save yourself a bit of extra effort, but you know, it's fine. It is fine. Buildings lack resources. Well, yes. And now that we have the refiner down here, we're no longer going to be producing any metals up here. All we're going to be using this for is salt and lime. We may use it for sand or well, yeah, pretty much for sand. That's the only other thing that we might occasionally do. Right, metal ores. Which have we got the most of? We've got 27 tons of copper. So, I would like 20 loads of copper. Yes, please. Crack on. Now, this is going to introduce quite a lot of heat. But, it should be alright. What? Why? Why did you just drop all of that down there? I have no idea. Regardless, though, could we get that sorted out as well? There we are. Yeah, we're going to be cooling down the ranch. Did I set copper forever? Oh, so I did. I do apologize. Very well caught. I clicked on that as if it was an enter. I do that all the time. That's actually I don't know why I can't seem to get my brain to deal with that one, but I quite frequently cause that problem. Really? Why do you keep dropping it down there? That's right. Come on, get out. Quickly, quickly. Pop the eardrums. Yes, oh, my lord. See, this is the problem with this geyser. It's going to have such a massive pressure of CO2 down here. But once we've got some more copper made, then we can at least get the exosuits set up. In fact, we've got it over here. Aluminium, copper, iron. We just need a few. And once we've got that, then pretty much our peeps will never leave the habitat without having an exosuit. And that will generally keep their mood fairly good, I should imagine. Right, let's go ahead and make this a 7. Please and thanks. There we go. Now, I don't actually need to have it too apart like this, but it's fine. This will just give us a little bit of an easier time getting in there and replacing those. Hopefully we can get that done fairly quickly. There we go. And it's even breathable in there now, which is quite nice to see. But at this point, I'm going to say we can probably do away with the icy fan. So deconstruct that one, please. Probably deconstruct the mediocre ice sculpture, too. Aquapip is doing fine. Aquapip is absolutely fine. Shining Light Studio, thank you very much for the Prime there for the 11th month. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you, Aavak, for all the amazing entertainment. You're more than welcome. It is my joy. My privilege, in fact. There we go. Fantastic. You've managed to replace all of the tiles already with granite. I'm extremely happy about this. Right, now we just need to get the last of the pipes in place. Already moving out that water. Well done. Now, what temperature do I want this to be? It has to be below 25. If it is below 25, then it can work. Furthermore, we are now at this stage going to want to pop down a little transformer. We don't need a very big one because it's not a particularly expensive circuit, but I would still prefer to use a transformer for it rather than not. Now, I'm going to leave it like that until I'm ready, and then we will connect that up. When all of the piping is in place, then we'll connect that up, and then we'll start pushing chill through the area. Like right now, none of this is the right temperature. It's 27 degrees. Now, part of that is going to be because we're dumping reasonably hot water in there. If we have a look at that, it's 45 degrees. By the time it's cycled through once, it is now a fair bit lower. A fair bit higher, rather. Coming out here, I'm probably going to want to set this up so that we shunt this back into the loop if it's of a certain temperature. Honestly, this loop is a little bit tight for my liking. I'm gonna be honest. I dislike having so many lanes so close together.